Hello, darling. Welcome back. Today, I am checking out a new person. This is bizlychannel. I did a little bit of skimming throughout this video, and I can already tell I think I'm really gonna like them. I'm very excited. We're watching the creepiest Resident Evil game. I don't really know too much about the Resident Evil games. I've seen stuff, but I don't really know the story. I haven't played them, but I'm excited to learn some. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. It would really help me out, and I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. Are you ready? Let's go.
In recent Resident Evil games, the focus has been on building action-packed experiences and facing off against increasingly large hordes of enemies. But before they started putting explosions in every single cutscene, this series was known for dark, atmospheric puzzle games that don't hold your hand and make every encounter feel like life or death.
Dude, I love that so much. Dude, I love that he's just in this doorway. I love this so much already. Oh my god.
Puzzle games that don't hold your hand and make every encounter feel like life or death. True survival horror games. And the one that stands out to me the most is Resident Evil 2, because I like it the best. Whether it be for that amazing original soundtrack or the debut of the perfect Resident Evil protagonist, Leon Kennedy. There's just a certain charm here that's so iconic in an atmosphere that is unlike any other.
I think I'm in love. I think I love this style. I love this individual and their work. I think I'm in love. Oh my god. This is so cool.
Our journey begins with Leon Samantha Kennedy as he heads into Raccoon City for his first day as a police officer. Seems like there's some kind of trouble here at this gas station outside of town. And if there's trouble, Leon will sniff it out. Walking inside, it looks like the entire place has been torn apart, and the blood splatters outside were just the beginning of the horrors we're about to witness. As we explore the rest of this trash convenience store, we hear the sounds of commotion.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm not listening to a word you're saying. You're so fucking cute. I'm sorry. I'm not listening to anything that's being said right now.
And if there's trouble, Leon will sniff it out. Walking inside, it looks like the entire place has been torn apart, and the blood splatters outside were just the beginning of the horrors we're about to witness. As we explore the rest of this trash convenience store, we hear the sounds of commotion coming from the back room, and find that all the blood on the floor came from this injured man. He points towards the open doorway, and as we move inside, the sounds grow louder and louder.
Also, you are a monster for eating your Kit Kat this way. You are a monster, but it's okay. I can forgive you because you're really funny so far.
The lights flicker, the door is shut behind us, and at the end of the hallway waits the horrific monster that caused all of this chaos.
Oh, stay back, sir. I got this.
Oh, you don't got it anymore?
The zombie. Now, the zombies in this game are not like your traditional video game zombies. They are much harder to kill. I mean, just one zombie in a confined space like this in Resident Evil 2 will make for a deadly encounter. I was playing through this game on hardcore mode, and I died like 6 times here in the prologue because my caveman monkey brain could not comprehend the fact that you don't need to kill the zombies. You just gotta get around them. In the back of this storeroom, you can grab the key and use it to escape through the other door, where even more zombies are waiting for you. We break a couple ankles and rush to the front door where we meet.
Oh my god, I love him! I love him!
Where even more zombies.
Oh, I love him! Just that shrug! Oh my god!
You can grab the key and use it to escape through the other door, where even more zombies are waiting for you. We break a couple ankles and rush to the front door where we meet Claire Redfield.
Don't shoot. Get down.
Oh, so that one dies in one shot. Okay. A horde starts to approach Leon and Claire, and so they make their escape by stealing a nearby police cruiser. Claire is the other protagonist of Resident Evil 2.
What is this is tickling some form of unknown tism or enjoyment. I don't know what's happening here. Seeing him inserted into the video game brings me uncontrollable amounts of joy. It's so good. I don't know. Maybe this is like my first time seeing anything done like this. It is so nice. I don't want to call it simple because I have no understanding of how much work it is, but it's just so like clean. There we go. It's clean, dude.
Claire is the other protagonist of Resident Evil 2, and when starting a new game, you can choose to either play as Claire or Leon, and the game will actually change depending on who you pick. I mean, it doesn't change that much, but it's enough to be interesting. Claire comes to Raccoon City in search of her brother, Chris Redfield, the protagonist of the first Resident Evil game and the most annoying character in Resident Evil 8. I guess you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself wear a turtleneck and withhold the plot for no good reason. Playing through the intro as Claire goes pretty much exactly the same as it does with Leon, and as much as I'm sure y'all would love to see me dressed up as Claire, showing a little more skin, I already bought the Leon costume, I'm sorry.
No! No! Can we sign a petition for him to do the video a second time in the Claire outfit?
Gas station sequence is actually my favorite introduction to a Resident Evil game because it's a microcosm for the whole game. Walking through tight corridors, trying to get around zombies so that you can find a key that opens a door. That's like the entire game summed up in a couple sentences. Although, it does get much harder. I'm having flashbacks right now. Right now, we're headed towards the police station in Raccoon City, where Leon hopes to find some more answers about what's going on here. But here, deeper into Raccoon City, the roads are blocked by abandoned cars. With no clear path ahead, Leon and Claire begin to panic. And to top it all off, a big semi-truck comes barreling in from behind. This happens because there was some guy driving a semi-truck eating a big sloppy burger, and he hit a zombie, and then he gets out, he goes to pick up the zombie. Oh, he gets bit, and now he's driving towards the city for some reason with his foot all the way on the gas, all bit up by a zombie. Anyway, Burger Boy crashes into Leon and Claire, separating them, leaving them to find their own ways to the police station. After recovering from the crash, completely unscathed for some reason, we begin heading towards the rat. Claire, separating them, leaving them to find their own ways to the police station. After recovering from the crash, completely unscathed for some reason, we begin heading towards the Raccoon City Police Department. Running through the chaotic streets of Raccoon City, we get to see firsthand.
Oh my god! We're 5 minutes in. We are 4 minutes and 20 seconds in, and I am unable to contain myself. This is so good.
The level of devastation this outbreak has caused. Cars on fire. Zombies on... The level of devastation this outbreak has caused. Cars... fire. Zombies on fire. This random pile of wood in the alley on fire. And that guy. And what seems like every person turned into a walking corpse. The cars all crashed in the street form a convenient path to the place where hopefully we can get some answers. Urbid. Before even entering the station, we can see that those locked up in here likely didn't fare much better than those people out in the streets. There are 17 bodies that have been wrapped and piled up out front of the RPD, as well as some doors and windows that have been barricaded. This likely means that the outbreak has been affecting this place slowly over the course of a few days, gradually whittling down their numbers and forcing them to barricade every entrance and properly dispose of bodies for their own safety. Upon walking into the station, the sounds of the zombies outside and the burning cars completely fades away.
Stop smoldering. I can't. I cannot. I am unable to can. Dude, I'm in love. I'm in love. This is amazing.
It's replaced by the subtle yet iconic soundtrack. The lighting becomes much more warm and even throughout the room, but instantly you're drawn to the statue of the goddess with the moonlight shining down onto her. And that good old American flag, baby. God bless our troops. You know, there's actually an Easter egg in this game that not a lot of people know about. If you look up at that American flag and salute in real life, a Coors Light will fall down from the heavens and an eagle will cry throughout the room.
What?
And if you crush that Coors Light in 14 seconds or less, a Patriot missile will blow up. The interior kind of confirms everything we gathered outside. With pop-up infirmaries and barricades on most of the doors, it's pretty obvious right away that those people stacked up out front were the lucky ones. Now this is an ink ribbon, something that's only here because I decided to play on hardcore mode. See, in the original Resident Evil games, there were no autosaves, and you definitely couldn't save wherever you wanted. Instead, you had to find a save room, and even then, you could only save your game at the typewriter if you had an ink ribbon. It adds a whole new layer of tension to resource management, forcing you to be careful about when you save, where you save, and the risks that you take when you haven't saved in a while. The default mode in Resident Evil 2 has autosaves, which makes sense because I think a lot of people would get annoyed having to replay sections over and over. But for those of us that really loved the Resident Evil 2 save structure and maybe hate ourselves just a little bit, you can play on hardcore mode where once again the typewriters and the ink ribbons are the only way to save your game. I very much prefer the ink ribbons over the autosaves here, and it is not even close. Autosaves just come with a sense of security, which I don't know is great for a game like, say, Uncharted. It'll keep you invested in the adventure and maintain that action movie-like pace, which is great because most of the stakes in that game come from narrative tension. The point is to feel like a badass, and a badass probably wouldn't spend 3 hours trying to juke a zombie. Resident Evil 2 is a survival horror game where the stakes and tension come from you trying not to die and everything around you working against that. Death can only be terrifying with actual consequences. And while I think losing time isn't always the most fun mechanic, I think it works well here because the ink ribbons are a finite resource that you can choose to use whenever you want to. So if you lose your time, it is all your fault. You only lose the amount of time that you chose to risk. I will touch on this more throughout my playthrough because this is something that came up a lot, and I mean a lot. But I feel like I can explain better what I mean through specific circumstances. A traditional paper filing system, big chunky radios, Art Deco building, and dial-up noises at computers firmly placed this game in the 90s when it came out. If there's one thing that really kills horror, it's having access to your phone or the internet, which is why any good horror media will usually find a way to write that out. Placing a game within this era of unreliable technology is kind of perfect because you still get to use the tech in puzzles, but you can't just, I don't know, FaceTime the president. Mr. President, we meet again.
Leon Kennedy.
Oh my god.
Going over the computer, we find security cameras where an officer can be seen in distress.
David, Marvin, you there? I found a way out. It's in here. Send reinforcements. East hallway.
I gotta find that guy.
Leon can't help himself but to run headfirst towards the officer in danger. Even if realistically, he probably should have just turned around and gone home. I feel like any normal person would have just left as soon as they saw the zombies, but not Leon. A dark hallway caked in blood stands between Leon and the officer in distress. It seems a missing fuse is what keeps this section of the RPD unlit. Resident Evil 2 is packed full of haunting, beautifully crafted environments, but sometimes I feel like they might be with me. Look at this vending machine and tell me why I have a choice between Ayerda, Kaupa, or Ued. I figured at first, you know what, this is a game written in Japanese. Maybe these are just not translated yet. I popped them into a translator, don't mean nothing. There is no answer online that I could find for this goddamn drink in here to—
That is so me because I get like super detailed and I like start looking at this stuff. That is something I would do for sure.
be called Ued. No purpose for it at all. After cracking open a nice cold Ued, we round a corner and see one of the main ways Resident Evil 2 creates horror in its environment.
Stop. Dude, I'm not listening to a word he's saying. I'm not listening to a single fucking word that he is saying. I'm not paying no attention.
We round a corner and see one of the main ways Resident Evil 2 creates horror in its environment. explosions of blood that leave you uneasy and unsure what could have even done this. Obviously, we've already seen the zombies before, but focusing in on the bloodbath they leave in their wake before showing any of them in the police station builds up that sense of dread for encountering them again. This is something used pretty consistently throughout the entire game, always foreshadowing something even more terrible around the next corner. Utilizing sounds coming from the darkness and the places you can't see to amp up that feeling of vulnerability. From behind the shuttered door, the officer we came to find is screaming for help. And as we try our best to pull him out, the zombies turn him into spaghetti. Oh my god, I don't think I could show that. I don't think you can look at that. I don't even remember Resident Evil 7 having this much gore. I mean, it was, I guess, more stylized. It wasn't just like, yeah, just full-on guts out. I gotta blur that, but there are just, it's guts on the screen all the way. He got his meat tubes out. Zombies start beating down the door and lumbering inside. They block the doorway, so the only way out is to find a way around them.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
This escape montage was brought to you by War Thunder.
Oh my god.
The most comprehensive vehicle combat games ever made that you can play right now on PC, console, and mobile devices for free. They've got over 2,500 different vehicles from 10 different nations. I'm talking tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships for you to command. Not to mention the incredibly detailed vehicles and authentic sound effects that will make the experience even more immersive. There's so much more to explore here. If you're the kind of person that puts on war documentaries and gets maybe a little bit too into it, this is the perfect game for you. Join the over 95 million players across PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile devices in epic PvP battles today by clicking my link in the pinned comment or in the description down below. New players or players who just haven't played in the last 6 months will get a huge bonus package by clicking that link. That includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator, Eagle of Valor, 1,000 silver lions, and 7 days of premium account time. It's only available for a limited time, so take advantage of it while you can. And thank you, War Thunder, for sponsoring this video.
Leon crawls his way underneath the door, away from the zombie horde, and once we get to the other side, we're introduced to the only surviving officer in the RPD.
This is Marvin. He is surprisingly nice to you if you play as Claire.
Listen, Claire. Save yourself.
And kind of a dick if you play as Leon.
Lieutenant, I'm not just gonna leave you here.
I'm giving you an order, rookie.
It's likely a different dynamic because Leon's a rookie officer and Claire is a family member of a senior officer. So like you'd show respect to the family of your friend, but you'd be kind of tough and hard on the new guy who just showed up on the worst possible day. Now from that cop back there who got his tubes tied, we find his journal that will guide us through our first major puzzle. The goddess statue in the center of the station has 3 slots on it for medallions: the unicorn, the lion, and the maiden. Each medallion comes from a statue of the corresponding creature, only unlocked by individual codes written down inside this journal. The only way to progress from here is by finding all 3 and putting them into the goddess statue. And this is the entire game structure. I meant it when I said these older games were just atmospheric puzzle games. Even this remake is still 90% puzzle. The game can actually be beaten very quickly if you know what you're looking for and where to find it. I, however, did not know what I was looking for or where to find it, and my playthrough ended up being like 20 hours. I've seen ones online that are like 4, 5. HowLongToBeat.com has it at 9 hours to beat, so it only took me double the time. I honestly just suck at puzzles, and I'm too stubborn to look them up, and so I just end up running around in circles, dying over and over again. I stand by hardcore being the best way to play this game, but goddamn, it is not for the impatient. The first statue medallion we need is here in the main room, in the lion statue. Marvin gives us our first combat knife, which we use to cut some tape on an electrical box and open up a new pathway through the RPD. Now, the knife is crucial to surviving in Resident Evil 2, and it's not used in the way you would think. Of course, you can use it to just stab zombies, but that usually doesn't go well. Basically, when they start grabbing you, you have an option to use your knife like a Uno reverse card and stab him instead. This does, 1, leave the knife in the zombie's chest, so you have to kill him to get it back, and if you do get it back, the knife has lower durability. Like most things in this game, it just becomes about resource management.
management, making sure you have enough room in your inventory for guns, bullets, knives, healing items, and whatever bullshit you might want to pick up through the station. It can be pretty goddamn hard. More than a few times I've found myself having to leave things behind or just delete items entirely because I didn't budget my inventory properly. This right here is exactly why I'd call Resident Evil 2 the creepiest Resident Evil game. I feel like Resident Evil 7 was the scariest for sure because the Bakers were some freaky ass villains. But the atmosphere of Resident Evil 2 is the most eerie by a mile. It plays hard into the fear of the unknown, like I had mentioned before, and always hints or nods at something even scarier around the next corner.
Oh, is he a zombie? That's zombie, right?
Two officers, one that's been severely mangled and another that's been impaled. Metal that's been torn apart by what seems like claws. Barricaded window with caution tape over it that's clearly been breached. All things that no normal zombie we've seen so far is capable of accomplishing, meaning something much stronger lies ahead. In the operations room at the end of the hall, we find a log kept by one of the officers that confirms everything we had gathered from the environmental details. Started with the RPD being turned into a temporary shelter, survivors coming in for safety, but on the first day being attacked by someone who snapped under intense stress, and then a horde attacking the station. Tragedy continued to strike until there were only a handful of survivors left. I thought it had taken a week or more maybe for the station to fall into chaos, but according to these notes, it only took 2 days. On the wall over here is a map of the station, and goddamn is it useful. One thing I will say about Resident Evil 2 is it's not easy to keep track of the puzzles that you're working on. Odds are if you put this game down, you're probably gonna forget about some shit. The map is really your best and kind of only way to keep track of what you're doing. See, the map is color-coded and laid out real simple for you. See, it's gray if you haven't been to an area. It's red if you have been to an area but you missed some stuff. And it's blue if you found everything. Say it with me now. Gray, red, blue. I like talking to you guys like you're stupid. Makes me feel
Stupid a little bit.
better about myself. I think I get bullied. It also keeps track of any loot you leave behind with a little picture right where you left it. With such a limited inventory space, you're not always able to pick up the things as you find them, so it's nice to have a way to keep track of where they were. That way, once you've stored a couple items, you can go back and pick up whatever you missed. And how would one store these items, perchance? Well, you mayhaps travel...
He says mayhaps too. He says perchance and mayhaps.
Yonder upon... the save, you go to the save room. There's a box in the save room. Oh, I love this feature so much. It has been a part of the series since the very first game, and anytime they try and get rid of it, I get mad. And you don't want to see me get mad. It's a simple concept. You walk into a room where no zombies can get you, where you can save your game at a typewriter or store your items in the item box. And while it doesn't make sense how I can put an item in this box and then go to the other side of the RPD and pull that same item out of an identical box, I think it's cool. So just don't ask any questions. Just shut up. Just shut up about it. Don't make it weird. You're making it weird right now. You are making it weird. The main thing I love about these save rooms, though, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this, is the music. Every game in the series has a different save room theme, and the one from the original Resident Evil 2 is my absolute favorite. Probably my favorite piece of music in the entire series. The piano feels weightless, providing this sense of calm that accentuates those sparsely placed lower notes that hit like a hammer. Those two little notes are so foreboding, and they trail behind that beautiful melody, almost to remind you of the horror right outside that door or right behind you. It makes me feel accomplished and hopeless. Like there was no reason I should have made it this far, and there's no way I'm gonna make it any further. And that may just be the association I have with the game experience, but it's such a perfectly placed track because now, anytime I hear it, those feelings come rushing back. I'm not a music critic. I don't really know how to explain why I like a piece of music. It's just good. I just really like this one. Something that made me a little sad about this remake was that instead of using that amazing original soundtrack, they opted for more quiet room ambience. The music was just so crucial for the vibe of that game, and removing it just kind of feels like you're losing a lot of that Resident Evil 2 DNA. It's weird though. It's not a decision I love necessarily, but I very much respect it. They were obviously trying to do something different here, and while it's not the decision I would have made, they delivered so hard on this new direction that you can't really be mad about it. What you have to understand is dynamic, immersive sound design, especially in a video game where the player can move freely around the environment between all the different sounds, is such a difficult and tedious process. Like take the zombie walking sounds, for example. They had to come up with what it sounds like for a zombie to walk, and then they had to record different variations for every different type of floor that they're walking on, or how big the room is to determine how much reverb. And that's just one sound of thousands of sounds in the game that not only need to sound great on their own, but need to blend together into an immersive and believable soundscape.
Dude, I love when people get off onto like, not tangents, but like when they get deep in discussion about something that they really like, really care about, or it's kind of the same thing with like the gun rants. Even though I don't understand a lot about guns or different things, just listening to people talk with passion about something that they're interested in or something they enjoy is so nice, dude.
Digital Trends did an interview with the audio director of Resident Evil 2, Kentaro Nakashima, who went more in depth on how they built this atmosphere from the ground up. They talk about a lot in this interview, but one of the things I found really cool was their use of a real-time binaural system, which is the first technology of its kind.
Oh.
Now, I'm not that smart, but the way I understand it is it takes your sounds and makes them stereophonic, and previously the only way to do that would severely limit the quality of the audio you could produce. So they just said it and made something brand new. Clearly, I could talk about this stuff for a while, but if you're curious, I'm gonna leave a link in the description to that interview where they talk about a lot more stuff, including just how the general sound design process works. It's pretty cool. All of that to say, I love the original soundtrack, and there's a part of me that wishes it was here, but I have a tremendous amount of appreciation and respect for the work they did building this soundscape, so I don't have much to complain about. Plus, they added a DLC where you can switch to that original music and those sound effects, so honestly, I'm happy either way.
Yay!
Leaving the comfort of the safe room, we head upstairs, following a trail of blood and destruction. Walking into this hallway, we see something run across the window that greatly tested the strength of my sphincter. We don't get to see what it is just yet, but we do find a note that reads, "To any survivors, consider this a gift for anyone still unfortunate enough to be alive."
This is so cool. This is so amazingly fucking cool. Could you imagine Let's Plays being like this? This is insane. Oh, I'm just in love with like everything that's happening here. This is incredible. I'm sorry, there's so much glaze happening, but like, goddamn, does he deserve it?
Keep your eyes peeled for those creepy fucks that look like they were skinned alive. Lickers, we call them. They're blind as bats, but their hearing more than makes up for it. No, blah, 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 make like a grandma and creep around. All right. In the next room, we see one of the statues that we need the medallion from, locked behind bars. And a note in here from some lunatic who locked a bunch of cops in here and was gonna blow them up for fun, but then also wanted to see if he could get them to kill each other. So basically, the Joker from Batman locked these guys up in here, and we have to find the detonator for his random C4 brick to open it up. You know, as much as the atmosphere is grounded and eerie in this game, the writing in this series will just never not be insane. We come out of this room and pop out on the second floor of the library.
This is such a pretty green. This is so not on topic of anything that's happening. I actually really like greens, and I want to paint my like bedroom green eventually. And this, I don't like super dark, but this is like a good dark green.
Probably one of my favorite rooms in the game. I just love a multi-story library. I don't know, something about it just scratches an itch. And it's in an offshoot room from here that we find the unicorn statue. The layout of the RPG is strange and doesn't look like a police station, but that's because it was originally an art museum before it was purchased by the Raccoon City Police Department and converted into a station. This explains why there's so many statues and works of art, and why the entire layout seems more designed to display works of art than to, I don't know, house a couple cops.
Leon, it's Marvin. I need you back here ASAP. I've got something to show you. It's important.
Oh.
There you are. Come here.
Oh.
Take a look.
Yes. I knew she'd make it.
To progress any further, we need to regroup with Claire, who seems to have found her own way into the station. On the way to find her,
Nice.
though, we come across a statue of a man holding a scepter and another one of his arms that you can pull off. There's an image of the statue that shows the hand holding a book. Now, this is a puzzle. Where could we potentially find a book? Library. Found it
Lovely.
in the library. You combine the book with the arm and put it back on, which gives you the scepter. But that's
Oh.
not all. In Resident Evil 2, rarely is the item you get very straightforward. With things like this, you have to inspect the item in your inventory and discover its many secrets. In this case, a button. Doing this will usually give you the item that you actually need, which in this case wasn't a scepter, it was the gemstone. I don't know
Oh.
what I'm gonna use it for, but we got it. We got it.
Yeah, nice.
That's big. For now,
It's more loot. You know, you gotta have that loot goblin mentality.
though, we have to go and find Claire.
Claire! Hold on. I'll be right there.
Why are we shouting when there's zombies, bro?
Hey!
What?
It's so nice to see you.
How are you doing?
Oh my god, are they flirting?
Helicopter just came out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I'm in one piece.
I'm guessing you don't have a key in one of those fancy pockets?
Unfortunately, no. Any luck with your brother?
No, not yet.
Claire, don't lose hope. I'm sure we're gonna find him.
Ew.
Damn it. You know what that means?
Yeah. Dinner time.
Ooh, there they are.
A horde of
God.
zombies begins approaching from behind Claire, and we just kind of let her deal with that. I don't know, she got it. With the bolt cutters in hand and a horde attacking the station, we rush back inside where we can now open way more doors, which means we can get way more stuff too.
Yeah.
Big knife, grab it. First aid, grab it.
Yeah.
Weed, hell yeah. Round handle, sure, whatever.
Oh. No, not again!
We put the fuse back in the box, opening
Nice.
the door once again to the main hall. It'll get there. It'll get there. Taking damage in this game is no joke. I mean, just a single hit can get you wobbling around the place. And to heal, you can either use the first aid spray, which you don't get many of in a playthrough, or if you take a couple hits.
Oh my
You can take a
god.
couple hits, if you get what I mean. You get what I'm saying? I'm just,
Isn't that a fern? I mean, I know that he wouldn't actually use, Mary Jane, but like, isn't that just a fucking fern?
yeah, you probably don't get what I'm saying. Now in the RPD, you can find these green herbs sitting around that me and my brother used to call Herbert Greens. Now you can use the Herbert Greens to heal yourself a little bit, but if you combine it with other Herbert Greens, then you get, and that somehow heals you up way more. Again, I really don't know what else this could be or why they made it look like this, but I mean, it heals you up, so whatever. Okay, after
Oh,
putting some
no.
stuff away, we can take the
Your stupid face, dude. Oh my god.
the crank, and we can stop this steam stuff.
You're just standing there staring at it, dude.
From coming out, and then it'll open up a new area. We walk around the showers for a little while. There's showers in here.
You walk around in the showers, and like, if you wanted to, you don't have to. I'm not telling you that you have to, but like, you could probably, what is it? Oh, the showers.
And then, oh yeah, and this is the STARS office, an acronym for the Special Tactics and Rescue Service Team. The desks here all have names on them telling us who was on the team: Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Rebecca Chambers, and a personal office for Albert Wesker. Now this man right here, Albert Wesker, is a true D1 hater, but I'll save any talk about him for another video maybe. In the original, this is where Leon and Claire meet up, but unfortunately, they cut down on a lot of that stuff for this remake. It's a shame too how much they didn't carry over from the original. I really would have loved seeing them play even harder than the original into the idea of these two stories moving parallel to each other and overlapping at times. Pretty obvious though, they were just focused on bringing the horror back more than anything. There was also an Easter egg in here in the original game where if you would, I think it was open up a desk 50 times, it would give you a picture of Rebecca Chambers. And now here in the remake, they don't make you do it 50 times. The Easter egg is still there. You just have to open the desk twice. I think they should have kept it at 50 though, just because that's hilarious. All those scratch marks and blood splatters all came from something those notes called a liquor. And based on the unholy sounds coming from this hallway, I'm about to get licked.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
These vile creatures crawled on all fours
Oh my
up
God.
and down the walls, making some dastardly sounds. The designs are frankly a little goofy. I mean, they walk around showing brain 24/7, which I guess is fine for them, but when I do it, I get kicked out of the group chat. Are we
Oh
really
my
friends if
God.
I can't say, look, I stepped in gum, and then show you my balls? According to the notes, these liquors are blind as bats, so if you're quiet, you can sneak your way around. Honestly, on hardcore, I never successfully fought a liquor once. It is just genuinely not worth the amount of ammo it would take. And you don't even get anything for killing them anyway. They're more of an obstacle in your way than a direct threat. They do cause a pretty big issue though, because with the bolt cutters now, we can go into the operations room and get the detonator, which I can then combine with the battery that I found in the STARS office. You didn't see it, but I picked up the battery and craft it together to make a working detonator.
Nice. Oh my God, don't be that close.
The problem here is that while the liquors are blind, they are not deaf, and explosions are loud. I died here so many times trying to get this medallion. I deadass almost gave up. I had to step away and go breathe for a little while. But when I came back and I locked in, I was able to get around the liquor and escape through the hallway. With all three of the medallions finally collected, we can put them into the statue where a secret passage will open up. Before we go though, we have one final encounter with Marvin.
It's time to go. Hey, Marvin. Look, we can still make it out of here together. Just give me...
Hello?
It's too late.
All right, I've been slobbering all over this game like it's his birthday, but I got a few problems with it, and one of them is Marvin. Actually, maybe it's just the writing in general. We're so locked in on the gameplay, and it's phenomenal, but we have no time or resources allocated to making any character we meet relatable or compelling at all. Marvin just kind of pushes the plot forward. I don't know anything about this guy. An even bigger issue here is the decision to shoot for this horror realism vibe in a game that was written in the 90s to be as campy as possible.
No! Oh my God!
Our goal has
Oh
been
my
to
God.
open up a secret underground passageway that only opens if you collect little medallions. But you want to tell me the guy who gave me that quest is just some normal dude who doesn't think anything of it? The characters are not written at all in line with the tone of these scenarios. And this emotional exchange with Marvin did nothing for me because it was both unearned and out of place. I think you can write normal guys into Resident Evil. I mean, look at Ethan Winters for God's sake. But the normal guys need to have some kind of reaction to the extraordinary circumstances they find themselves in, or they just fall flat. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but Marvin straight up dies off camera, and you show up and he's just another zombie walking around, which I think could have been a cool decision and an emotional beat that required no words or cutscenes, just gameplay. If I gave a freaking crap about Marvin. Which I didn't. I don't know, in general, it just kind of feels like we gave up on the idea of character depth for this game. I think Claire gets the best of it, but only because she, like, showed empathy a couple times. Whatever, we'll talk about her later.
Oh my God.
Taking this old, worn elevator down, we begin exploring this underground facility. Now, this is another area I might be a little bit of a hater about, and that's because this is where we find our first boss fight. I made an entire video talking about boss fights and what makes them good, and it's not my best work necessarily, but I did spend weeks playing games and researching what makes a good boss fight. And based on my scientific findings, I have determined that this boss fight in Resident Evil 2 does the opposite of everything that makes a boss fight good. For one, the play area, absolute dog shit. I'd love to know whose idea it was to take this game that excels at interconnected labyrinthine level design and limit it to running around these 4 little squares. Here's a top-down look at this boss arena. And here are all the paths that you can take through it. It's just not a lot to do there. I also don't even know what this room is. Are we in a factory? Is this like a big boiler room? What is going on here? It's just pipes everywhere. The boss also suffers from big glowing eye condition. If you or a loved one were ever affected by big glowing eye condition, please call this number right now and send a picture of your balls into your group chat. This is, in my opinion, the laziest boss fight mechanic, and it is wildly overdone. I'm looking at you, Dead Space. There are also no narrative stakes here. I have no idea who this is at this point in the game. I'm just fighting a big eye monster. The game so far has been slowly but surely building tension, raising the pressure with increased enemy placement in new locations and new enemy types that are even more dangerous, but that you have full agency in dealing with. But now, I'm trapped in a room with the big-eyed mashed potato man, and he's just gonna keep charging at me until I dump enough bullets into him. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, let me know in the comments, but to me, this just goes against the entire design philosophy that they established in everything prior. And worst of all, playing on hardcore mode, they don't make the fight more challenging, they just beef up the health on this guy to an annoying degree. I have no problem.
Why was he just frozen there? What?
Losing over and over to a boss fight if I just need to improve and learn their attack patterns to get better. But when I keep dying because there are not enough bullets in my inventory or the room, and so I need to pull out my knife and just start stabbing him and praying, I'm not gonna have a good time. It is just gonna be infuriating. But all right, I'm done being a hater. I'm sorry. I don't normally like to be this negative, but I think the multiple hours of trying to beat this guy on hardcore mode just fundamentally altered me as a person.
No, that's understandable. All of that, and he falls over a little fucking railing? That's so dumb! That's it.
Path forward leads.
Did you drop your gun? Did you drop your gun? You did.
Path forward leads us up a ladder and into the next section of the game.
I really like this guy. Guys, I really, really like this guy. He's really funny. He's really cute. He's so cute. I just fucking love him so much. Fucking drops the gun.
The path forward leads us up a ladder and into the next section of the game. The parking garage.
It's so good.
Damn. I need a key card.
Yo, that's a Doberman. Oh.
Get off of me! Hey.
I'm a bit conflicted. Oh. Hi.
FBI.
Now this is Ada Wong, a mysterious FBI agent who just so happens to be down here. Leon kind of acts like a lost puppy and just follows her around all the time. It's really funny. But when she starts walking away, she just disappears into the night, and so we are let loose on this new area of the RPD. Following where Ada went, we find the jail cells where zombies are ripping themselves apart, trying to reach you through the bars. But around the corner is some guy in a cell.
Hey.
It's just some guy. I don't know who he is.
Hello, human.
You been here long?
Long enough. I'll make you a deal. Unlock this cell and I'll give you this. There's no other way out of that parking garage. Believe me.
Sorry, I can't do that. I have to talk to the chief first.
What?
Look, coming.
What? What's coming?
Come on. Come on, don't be an asshole. Okay, you need this. Just get me the f out of here.
Whoa, he getting squished. Oh my God. His head went like a watermelon.
Once again, the game foreshadows another bigger and even scarier beast that will, instead of licking you, turn you to gelatin. This specific beast is actually my favorite in the game, and we will see him very soon. But right
Oh
now,
my
we have to find the
God.
electrical parts so that we can restore the power to the prison, so that we can open up this cell, so that we can get his key card, so that we can open up the parking garage door, so that we can get out. Jesus. It's kind of insane when you think about it that way, just the layers and layers of puzzles. But, you know, I like this gameplay loop. It's like
My God.
dominoes. You spend all this time tediously lining each one of them up. It's hard and it's time consuming. But once they're all in place, it's satisfying to push one over and watch them all fall down. In this case, it's satisfying to go through the trouble of solving all of these puzzles, gathering everything you need to eventually just blast through all of them at once.
Oh, I don't like that.
In the more
Am I easily entertained? am I just easily entertained, dude?
In the morgue, we can find the diamond key. I don't think I mentioned much about the keys at all, but if you know anything about Resident Evil, then you know about the keys.
Oh,
You match the shape and the color of the key to the door, and it opens.
nice.
Although we moved on to a completely different area, you can't just kind of walk up a staircase and go back to the original area we were before. I didn't realize until this point how seamless this game feels. So few loading screens between what I wouldn't say are huge, but still very densely packed locations. It's just cool. I love the layout and the level design of this game, and you better know it like the back of your hand, because what happens next is about to raise the stakes like crazy. Solving a quick puzzle to redirect the water and put out the fire started by the helicopter crash, we enter what should now be a safe hallway and find what they've been building up to.
Oh. Oh my God, yeah. Better skedaddle. Oh my God, no, he's coming. No. Oh.
Now this right here is my special boy, my little baby bird, Mr. X. Utilizing the chase tech from Resident Evil 7, this game pulls out all the stops.
Holy.
This guy follows you around pretty much everywhere
Oh,
you
he's
go,
so
and if he can't
fast.
find you, he will just wander around until he does. I love those videos that like show what an enemy is doing off screen, and Mr. X is a crazy one to watch because that man is on a mission whether you see him or not. This is where that impressive sound design really comes in and does the heavy lifting, because the most dread that I felt from Mr. X
Oh, the loud like stompings of his feet, probably.
wasn't seeing him running at me necessarily, but it was hearing his footsteps from around the corner, or using them to try and gather where he was so I could sneak around. Now there is a way to cheese him a little bit, which I had to learn because on hardcore mode this dude is just too crazy. You can basically like let him come at you, bait his attack, run backwards, and then run forwards around him and he can't hit you. And I had to do this a lot considering all my bullets would do was knock his silly little hat off. Who dressed him up all dapper like this? Why is he such a dashing young man? Now at this point in my playthrough, I, like an idiot, left almost all of the upgrade puzzles and a lot of the looting undone, and also used most of the ammo and ink ribbons that I had. So I thought I was soft locked here, to be honest. The stress of resource management just became so intense at this point. I wanted to go find more upgrades and gather more ammo, but the risks were just too high at this point. It seemed like not only was Mr. X on my ass 24/7, but there were more lickers every time I stepped out of the save room. So basically none of my strategies would work because I would have to sneak around the lickers while also sprinting away from Mr. X, who already doesn't work, while also avoiding all of the just base zombies around. It just kind of made me question everywhere that I went and weigh the risk reward, which
I love. That is so perfect for a horror game. It was stressful in the best way and made all of the enemy encounters feel that much more terrifying. If not for being able to cheese Mr. X though, I don't know if I would have been able to continue because the game is just so difficult. It took me probably 4 hours to go and get these electrical parts. But once I solved all the puzzles and got all the electrical parts, I pushed those dominoes down, I went out, turned on the power, I opened up the cell to go and get the key card, but when I went in the cell, I found a page that Ben had wrote while trapped in here. It tells us that Mr. X is codenamed Tyrant, developed by, quote, those bastards, and likely sent here to wipe out any witnesses. Along with this, we find a tape recorder with an interview on it.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain the rumors about the orphanage. I just find it way too coincidental Umbrella's one of the benefactors.
We only get bits and pieces of the story here, but it's enough to know that this wasn't just some random zombie outbreak. It had something to do with Umbrella, the G-Virus, and a sinkhole that goes down to a secret laboratory under the city. It's kind of insane, but it's also kind of awesome. We don't get too much time to think about it though, because a horde of zombies and our favorite beefy boy are on the way to juice my head. Rushing out, we regroup with Ada and finally open the gate to the parking garage, stepping out onto the streets of Raccoon City, where hopefully we can uncover the truth about Umbrella.
Yay!
Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed part 1 of my Resident Evil 2 video. I know I didn't talk much about the original game, but I'm hoping to do that somewhat in part 2. Thank you for making it this far in the video, and thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring it. Y'all, if you could go down and download War Thunder using my link in the pinned comment, it'd help out a lot. Remember that new and returning players on PC and console that haven't played in the last 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms that includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account. It's only available for a limited time, so go and get that while you can. And click the card right here to go and watch another one of my videos. I got my Oblivion video up right over here. It is the biggest project I have made since I made that BioShock video like a year and a half ago. I think it was exactly a year ago, actually. It was a huge project, huge undertaking. I'm really proud of how it came out. So if you're a fan of my really big productions, this is the one to watch. Anyway, yeah, appreciate y'all. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. Oh my god. Dude. That was so amazingly good. Oh my god. I don't think I have fallen in love with a video style that hard since we met Maxor. I don't have words for how much I enjoyed that. Holy shit. That was amazing. You know what? If you do not know this person, go fucking subscribe to them, because holy god. I'm subscribing immediately and liking the video. You should like his video. Okay. All right. This was incredible. This style, this like crazy, just putting himself into the video game. I don't have words for how impressed, how happy, and like just genuinely entertained and blown away I am. I've never seen something quite like this before, and I am in love. This is incredible. Please, 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 please go check him out and the original video. It's gonna be linked down below. If you like my video, make sure you like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.